Sustainability Living Challenge, you will definitely agree with us that it is one challenge that has always made a difference in the life of all participants. And because of the high impact that this challenge has always recorded in individuals' life, in communities. The feedback has always been amazing. When people give testimony about their experiences with the challenge, it has always been such a wonderful one that got us going and going on again until this 4.0 edition. And upon this note, we are highly delighted and glad to welcome each and every one of you who will be joining us today. Our prevention, for one reason or the other, will be seeing this video some other time. Uh, we are glad to have you all represented. About 1,000 plus applicants joining us for this year's edition, spread across different countries across Africa, and of course, across different walks of life and span of activities. It is always a delight for us to know that even government officials, industry leaders, entrepreneurs, academias, young advocates, everyone, solution-minded individuals, they are very much concerned about the environment and our planet at large. And this is why we are motivated to continue with the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. So for some of you who may not be very aware with the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge, that is why we're having this information section today, so as to bring you up to speed on what you need to know. And not only that, to have an understanding of what you're getting yourself into, but be rest assured, right? One thing is certain, by the end of this journey, you're going to be adding a new title to your experience. You're going to be having, of course, maybe I'm proud to tell you that by the end of this challenge, you're going to become a sustainability advocate. That is one of those things that you earn from joining this challenge. And just not that, right? I want to inform you that joining this challenge gives you an opportunity to change your ways of life, especially when it comes to more eco-friendly living, and not just only yourself, but even making an influence upon the people that are around you in your diverse communities. And upon this note, to open this information today, I have the pleasure of calling on our own head of project and strategy at ADF Africa, the person of Madam Esther Irungu, who is going to be delivering the welcome address for the 4.0 ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge this afternoon. So, Madam Esther, over to you, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mayowa. And I hope you're doing good. And good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's evening for us here in Nairobi, Kenya. And I do hope that everyone is doing well and feeling excited to embark on this journey together. We as ADF Africa are delighted to have participants join us from across the world. I think I saw some registrations outside Africa and especially from different parts of Africa, which makes this moment even more meaningful and memorable. But before I go any further, I am Esther Irungo, and as Mayo has said, I'm the head of projects and strategy at ADF Africa, based in Nairobi, and I am honored to warmly welcome you to the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. So to every participant and supporter joining us today, thank you. Thank you for showing up, and more importantly, thank you for choosing to be part of this journey that has the power to create real and lasting impact in Africa and beyond. So today it's not just the start of a challenge, it's the beginning of a mindset shift. The ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge is designed to inspire individuals and households to embrace simple, practical habits that promote more sustainable living. So over the next 30 days, we will take intentional steps day by day towards reducing waste, conserving resources, and making choices that support a healthier planet. We all know that conversations around climate change and environmental sustainability can be sometimes overwhelming. So the problems seem big and the urgency is real. But what ECO30 reminds us is that meaningful change does not only come from large systems or global policies, but it comes from individuals like us, from everyday people like you and me, making small but consistent decisions. Simple actions, when done intentionally, have the power to create real impact. And that is what ECO30 is about. It's a community where we come together and interact with like-minded people to just make small but sustainable steps. So we do encourage you to fully embrace this journey, share your experiences, learn from one another, and more importantly, stay committed. Remember, this is not about perfection, it's about progress. So as we begin, I would leave you with this thought that sustainable living is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing something consistently. So I invite you to commit to the journey, to the learning, and to the change. Let us challenge ourselves. Let us support one another because together we can make a difference. Together we can make and create a more sustainable future. So thank you once again, and I wish you all a meaningful and inspiring ECO30 journey. And as we say it in Nairobi, karibuni sana. You're all welcome. Thank you.
Thank
Ayoa,
you
you
very
take
much,
off.
Madam Esther, for that inspiring welcome address. Uh, of course, we understand that just like yourself, we have several participants on the session also today who are at the evening hour or even the night hour of their time zone. And that is one of the diversity that ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge offers to all. Being that it is spread across different time zones, it affords each and every one of us to connect on a pan-African level, interact, make new friends, build new communities and networks, and from there, continue to build sustainable solutions in our communities. So thank you very much once again, Madam Esther. And right about now, of course, we understand that there are several participants that are joining us for ECO30 for the first time. And you may have been wondering before now that, yeah, what is ECO30 all about? Who are these organizations launching, flagging, leading, and doing everything around the Sustainable Living Challenge? Of course, not any other organization but ADF Africa, and definitely you would be learning more about who we are, what we do, and what can you benefit as an individual beyond the Eco30 Sustainable Living Challenge. And upon this note, it is my delight to call on one of our very own amazing director, who is going to be sharing with us very briefly a bit, let's call it a bit for today, about ADF Africa and much more in the course of the program and much after. You will have the opportunity of learning more on the offerings and all you can benefit from ADF Africa. So it is my delight now to hand over to our director, Mr. Oluwafemi Abioye.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel and Mr. Marewa for that wonderful introduction. Once again, I want to use this medium to welcome all the participants to this wonderful program, ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge 4.0. So once again, my name is Abioye. Quickly, I will be doing a quick recap about ADF Africa. ADF Africa is an organization known for our impact across the entire continent of Africa. We are an organization seated around providing innovative solutions to problems around our respective community, ensuring that the solutions we are providing to every problem are not just ordinary solutions, but they are long-lasting, they are sustainable, and they are innovative. ADF Africa work around four major SDGs that we advocate for. All our works are around sustainable development goals, and we centered on SDG 4, that's quality education for all, SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, SDG 8, decent work, and we also have our footprint on SDG 13, which is climate action. So these are our core value around the SDGs. However, all our work cuts across other Sustainable Development Goals, as we know that the entire 17 goals are interwoven. So it's our greatest pleasure to have you on the call this afternoon. And you can also visit some of our social media platforms to know more about what we do. ECO30 is one of the programs that we have here at ADF Africa. We also have other programs that we run. And it will be interesting for you to also know that ADF Africa has two pillars. The first pillar is the development hub, and the second pillar is innovation hub. Development hub is the hub whereby we have various programs that we tend to provide growth and development to individuals in their respective vision or career growth, in which one of those programs is the ECO30 that we have today. So, not just to bore you with too much information, like I said, to know more about ADF Africa, kindly visit us on our LinkedIn at ADF Africa, visit us on our Facebook at Advanced Initiative for Innovative Development. You can also visit us on our X, ADF Africa, and we are also live on Instagram. So do well to connect with us, follow us, and you will receive subsequent update. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure once again to have you all on the call. As I hand over back to Mr. Mayowa. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, amazing director. And of course, I can agree with you that if we have all the time, we can continue to speak about the amazing work we are doing at ADF from today onwards until tomorrow, and we won't get tired. There's so much we're having and doing. But then today is specifically for ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. And while we have been mentioning that word over and over and over, there are major and important details surrounding this challenge that each and every one of us, especially participants, needs to be aware of. And because of that, we would be calling on our own project lead. That's the person of Mr. Emmanuel Olaloyo, who will be sharing in details more about ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge with us. Mr. Emmanuel, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mayowa, and very good evening to you all, esteemed, I want to say delegates, yeah, but definitely every participant of this great program. A very good evening to you all. And on behalf of ADF Africa and other esteemed partners of the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge, we want to welcome you all to this great edition. And I'm happy when Mr. Mayowa was sharing information about this year's event, mentioning that this is a 4.0. You know, it's been back to back, whereby we've been having this 30-day innovative, transformative, highly impactful engagements across board, across the three thematic areas of sustainability. This cut across the social, environmental, and also the economic sustainability. So it's not just really staying in one aspect of the sustainability. The activities which you are going to participate in across the 30 days of the challenge, definitely it's across these three dimensions. And just like my colleagues have rightly mentioned, this challenge is a month-long initiative which has been created to educate. One of the major focus is to educate each and every one of us, because definitely some of us do not know some of these practices, why some of us in one way or the other have been practicing, but never knew that, oh, this is a sustainable practice. And definitely there is a need for you to have a very good understanding on why you should be more intentional about that. So basically inspiring each and every household, and also ensure that across our respective organization, we adopt the sustainable living practices. And This challenge is going to, like it was rightly mentioned, it's going to be for 30 days, right from tomorrow till 30th of this month. You know, it's just like the regular fasting. So this is a sustainability fast now, which every one of us are going to be doing. And more importantly, I also want to say that there are various activities which is going to be of great interest, is going to be of great benefit to each and everyone. So I don't know if there is a need for me to share my screen, but I might just get to speak with it because it's more important for us to have a clear communication of what we are coming to do and what is we are also going to expect and also enjoy in the course of this program. And you know, like I mentioned, the aspect of education, educating each and every individual, getting to raise awareness through daily educational content. And one of the major problems which we've discovered within ADF Africa is the lack of awareness. Despite the large population of people that preaches sustainability, we still have a huge number, not even, we are not going to, if we are to put a fraction to it, we can see we still have over 60% that do not have a good information about sustainability practices. So you are doing, you are contributing to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, being part of this program. As you are educating yourself, you are also educating the general public, because the idea within this challenge is you are practicing. There are contents for each and every day. We are also meant to put it out there. You are meant to share with your household. You are meant to share with your team members at work, across your respective institution. And one thing that we also observe is the limited access to resources, because people always believe that there is less to no resources for them to learn on sustainability practices. But come to ADF Africa, come to the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. We have created a 30-day toolkit whereby you can get to flip through, you can get to practice each and every day. And you know, those sustainable habits which we both have, you know, there is a need for you to shift from those habits to eco-friendly habits, and definitely which is also going to contribute to achieving a greener and a more sustainable future. And one thing that this program also hold promising is the accountability aspect. You know, sometimes whereby you say you want to practice sustainability, as simple as maybe you want to reduce the consumption of a particular food, definitely you have people that you are accountable to. You know, you even merely seeing the tax for that day, maybe you are meant to consume a particular amount of vegetables. Yeah, it's part of what our challenge also speaks to: what we eat, what we consume, our consumption pattern, what we buy, and all of those things. So you have people that you are going to be accountable to, and definitely there are mayors for you to also submit your report, your pictures, video of your activities. So, like you rightly said, our aim for this challenge is to ensure that every individual, every participant or delegate, whichever one you are going to call it, in this program gets to imbibe that sustainable habit and lifestyle, which definitely is going to contribute to a more sustainable future and healthier environment for each and every one of us. And looking at the structure of the challenge, we have quite a lot of activities, like I mentioned, which cut across activities around you getting to sort your waste from source, you getting to know what's the meaning of carbon footprint, how can you measure your carbon footprint, and knowing areas whereby you need to also get to reduce your carbon footprint. And you getting to know areas within your day-to-day activities you can get to conserve energy. You know, for those who are in a particular country in Africa, the banded people, you know, definitely there are things which you do. And, you know, getting to conserve every form of resources, conserve water. I remember there was a year whereby we had an activity for conserving water, and the task for that day is to reduce the shower time. So the task for you is to play 5 minute music before you enter the shower. And if that music plays complete playing before you end your bid, that means it's just, for me, it's just an unsustainable approach. But for those who are able to complete that process within the time frame of that 4 to 5 minutes music, then you are conserving water. So these are little ways whereby you can get to measure. And we've seen activities that has to do with we getting to check our leaking taps and faucets across our respective home, looking at days whereby you intentionally have to declutter your home. So because we know there are some of us that are here that there are some clothes that the last time you wore it was 2020 during COVID-19. So the question is, why is he having those clothes within your closet? There are people which you can give these clothes to, and they will thank you forever. They'll be so grateful to you. We have quite a lot of activities. I know even quite before sustainability education came up, I'm the type of person that always preach that go around with your refillable water bottle. So if you don't have one, you are going to get one during the course of this program. So there are quite a lot of activities which this program has brought together, which you're going to enjoy. And also on our weekly session, we have the workshops, this webinar series whereby you can chat with sustainability experts. This happens every Saturday evening. And more importantly, it's also a session for each and every one of us to hear our opinion, to share our thoughts, and be part of the sustainability discourse. And like I said, there is a platform for you to log in your activities on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, and you can get to provide updates of what you've done within the course of the 30 days. And at the end of this program, we've seen quite a lot of people that says that said through this program they were enlightened to the aspect of maybe ESG, they're enlightened to some key aspect of sustainability which they've not had before. So it's going to challenge you. That's why we call it ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. It's definitely going to challenge you, quite a lot of things which you never thought of, which definitely is going to really impress you and make you a more conscious about your environment, about your daily lifestyle and all of that. There are rewards, there are awards, there are certifications, public acknowledgements, which you are going to benefit at the end of this program. I've mentioned quite a lot of key areas which we are looking at, but one of those key areas is to see how we can reduce our environmental impact, getting to reduce our carbon footprint, and which is very, 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 very important, and also getting to promote a clean and healthier environment. And I also want to say that when it comes to the Sustainable Living Challenge, we want to ensure that each and every one of us have a say in driving, have a great contribution in driving the 2030 agenda for sustainable development. And I believe through this activity, you are going to have a great impact, a great contribution. Once again, I want to put this call to each and every one of us as you have been onboarded. If you know anyone as well that we should be part of this program, please feel free to share their information, and the project team will be happy to bring them on board so that they can be part of it. I think that will be all from my end. And once again, you are welcome to the 4th edition, the 2026 edition of the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. Thank you once again. Over to you, Maiwa.
Thank you very much, Project Lead, Mr. Emmanuel Aluoyo. I love to believe that everyone is well informed about the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge now. But then there's still something which about everyone needs to learn. I figure that there may be questions around, oh, well, you said that there's this learning material. There's this content that needs to go. How do we get this content? What informs us of how, when to post this content? Is how do you track whether I am very much active within the challenge, or peradventure, what are those support system that are available for me to successfully participate within the challenge. And that is why Mr. Femi Abioye will definitely be coming up now to speak to the engagement structure. How do you successfully navigate this challenge? From the start to the finish, what is the operation mechanism? So I guess this would answer to the many questions that each and every one of you would have surrounding the operational structure of the challenge. Mr. Femi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayowa, for bringing me up again. And I want to say that congratulations once again to every delegate that is still on the call. So just a quick one about how the engagement structure will be. Basically, we have two systems whereby we'll be engaging you. The first system is via mail, and the second system is via the WhatsApp group that you already have been onboarded on. So we will be supplying you with daily content. So since it's a 30 days challenge, so we'll provide you 30 different content in which in a day you have up to about 5 or 6 flyers for you to post on your social media platform. So we will send it to you via mail and also update you on the WhatsApp group. So please do well to stay active on both channel. Although it's the same content that we'll be sharing, however, there may be some additional information that will be popping up in your mail together with the content that we shall be sharing with you. So when the content are shared with you, it is expected of you that you first of all read through the content, digest it, learn from the content. Then when you are done with this, you can now share with your friends, your colleagues on your respective social media platform. So you are free to share it on your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most appreciated social media platform. However, you have your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, that you can also share it. Your X, you can share it there. You can also share it on your WhatsApp. However, about the WhatsApp, it's not permitted that you should have it shared only on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is an addition to all other social media platform that you'll be sharing it, because WhatsApp, it's a 24 hours status view. After 24 hours, you don't get to see it again. Likewise, as a result of the fact that we will be requesting for the link on which you shared, which you won't be able to provide if you shared via WhatsApp alone. So WhatsApp is just an addition. However, the most important platform are via LinkedIn, Facebook, X, Instagram, or TikTok. So when you receive those content, like I said, you read through them, you share it, and the final two other steps is there's always a task for you to carry out for that day. So you have to carry out that task, and while carrying it out, it's expected of you to take pictures. We've even seen situations whereby delegates take their video, they go on video. So if you also go on video, it's appreciated. But the most important, it's you take your picture of carrying out the challenge for that day, and you keep that picture. You can also upload it on your social media platform to also engage with people that this is the challenge of today, and you are carrying it out. You can have your own write-up and add it to it on your individual social media platform. So when this is done, the next thing is to fill your tracking and evaluation form. So we will also share the link with you where you'll be dropping this. You can do this by either by filling it daily or you fill it weekly. So anyone that is convenient for you, it's either you track your progress daily by filling the link that will be sending to you on daily basis, or you fill it on weekly basis. So we encourage you to put this in mind. What you'll be filling in the tracking and evaluation form will definitely provide it, but one important thing that you don't want to miss out is the link to which you shared this content on your social media platform. That is why we said that sharing it on WhatsApp, it's unofficial. The official platform has been mentioned earlier. So you have to copy the link, ensure you set the post to public, the visibility of the post to public. You copy the link and you post it on the very section that we request for it on the form, the tracking and evaluation form. When this is done, there is also a section that will require you to upload the picture of the challenge of the day that you carried out. That's why it's important for you to take that picture. It's important for you to save the picture properly. So when this is done, you have the tracking and evaluation form submitted, and then you wait for the next day. So the mail for each day will be dropped the previous day. For example, the mail for tomorrow will be dropped today. So latest, you receive it at midnight. So from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m., you should have received the content for the day. So please, let's always get prepared and be ready to engage for the next 30 days. After the entire posting, it's also important for us to know that every Saturday we'll be having a live section whereby we'll come together to discuss about interesting topics around sustainability. It's an open space that you get to contribute, you get to share your own thought, your idea regarding this. So this is very important that we get this done. We join this section. When this is done on Saturday, on Fridays, there are a period where we engage ourselves with games and the likes. So after the entire 30 days, we get to evaluate the submissions that you have made via the form that we'll be providing. And when you meet the requirement of posting for the whole 30 days, then we'll come back again, just like we are doing currently, to have the closing ceremony where you will receive your certificate of completion. And then people that deserve to be awarded will also be awarded, and we have their community visibility and showcase on our various social media platform. So please, we encourage you to save the link of this video. You can always do it to rewatch the video to catch up with whatsoever information that you are in need of, so that we are all on the same page. So basically, this the engagement structure of the ECO30 from day one to the last day. Thank you so much for listening as I hand over back to Mr. Mayowa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oluwafemi, for that comprehensive breakdown of the engagement structure. And right about now, I want to also mention that I enjoyed the fact that you mentioned on the icing on the cake, because for some persons, they will ask you, what do I stand to gain for participating in this challenge, besides the knowledge that I'll be going on with. So I love the fact that you mentioned that there's a certificate of participation and that there are certain feasibility awards for exceptional delegates. Let me use that word, or participants, as the case may be. I'm very sure that There may be some other icings which will be communicated on the official communication platform, which is WhatsApp for now. And that being said, we know that there may still be some other questions that you may not have been able to touch. And by the time we'll be done with everything that we have ongoing today, for every of the questions that are yet unanswered, we would encourage you to please bring it on to your WhatsApp platform, and definitely answers will be provided to it. On this note, we want to encourage everybody to be at their best performance throughout this challenge. And of course, once again, we'd like to congratulate you for the journey that is getting started now. Of course, it's a new change, of course, of impact for many of you. And we are definitely hoping that you will make the best of this 30 days challenge. Once again, on behalf of the leadership of ADF Africa, I like to appreciate each and every one of you and congratulate you and wish you the very best. Bye for now, everyone.